expected in Fundong. Let's end now, ladies and gentlemen, with the South region, where precipitation are expected tonight only in Sang Minima, while the rest of the region will be covered. But in the morning, the whole region will be covered. Showers are only expected in Kris. Ladies and gentlemen, with such weather condition, you can easily find millet in the North region. Have a good night. God bless you. Take good care of yourselves.
As leader in third-generation audiovisual content, Raza Production offers you tomorrow's solutions today. Digital video production and broadcast, data-less e-learning platforms, virtual and augmented reality. Raza Production, mastery of innovation. Even perfection evolves.
CEMAC countries seek ways and means of strengthening the economic growth of the sub-region. This after challenges posed by the coronavirus pandemic and low global oil prices. A crisis management committee is on the ground to assess damages caused through the Arab-Shua-Muslim conflict in the far north region and to bring peace. More than 800 families are affected by the deadly confrontation between the two tribes. Statistics of the 2021 General Certificate of Education examinations show a 15% increase in the results as compared to those of last year. The results were released yesterday by the Cameroon GC board. Those were our headlines. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the Primetime News. I am Freddie Etabisong. Stay on.
Despite our efforts, COVID-19 plunged many families into mourning and seriously hampered the functioning of our economy and society.
Welcome back. Enhancing economic growth amidst the challenging COVID-19 pandemic and the weak global oil prices is the present focus of CEMAC countries. In the following report, Iwana Epole reflects on the economic expert projections concerning the economic growth of the CEMAC sub-region. His report.
CEMAC countries made up of Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon economic outlook remains challenging largely due to the uncertainty over containment of the COVID-19 pandemic and weak but recovery global oil prices, economic experts say. However, expectations are high concerning the growth of the CEMAC economy by over 4.0% in 2022. Latest forecast by economists project Cameroon's real GDP growth to average 3.5% in 2022 and Gabon 2.9%, while Equatorial Guinea is likely to remain in recession given its declining oil production. Central African Republic, a non-oil producer, is to grow by about 4.5%. Following resolutions of the extraordinary CEMAC summit chaired via video conference by President Paul Biya, there is hope that the external demand for the CEMAC region's goods and services to strengthen, supported by recovery in the global economy, projected to expand by about 4.2% in 2022. Economists predict an increase in crude oil prices for the advantage for important hydrocarbon sector, and this is expected to provide additional stimulus to economic growth in the CEMAC region.
More than 800 families that are victims of the pillage as a result of the bloody confrontation between Muslims and Arab Shuas in the Logon-Bini subdivision of the far north region are in distress. The inhabitants who fled the violence are gradually returning to their villages, and the governor of the far north region, Mijiawaba Mijiyawa Bakari says a crisis management committee is on the ground to evaluate the damages and to preach peace. Ebenezer Akanga reports.
They are now taking refuge in the premises of the subdivisional office of Logon Bini at this time of the rainy season. They are mostly women and children exposed to natural hazards and health risks. It's the same fate for other victims of pillage who have escaped to neighboring Chad. Administrative authorities are following up the situation with close attention.
The mayor have been instructed to take care of those population, and food items and all necessity, even cash given by the presidential couple have been sent to them.
The population that escaped is gradually returning, but the big challenge is housing, given that hundreds of houses were burnt down during the confrontation.
Most of them are going back to their areas because now the things have come to normalcy. And we have soldiers in different areas, and the commission of peace set in place is around the villages to talk about peace. And right now, they are aware that peace is back.
The confrontation between Muslims and Arab Shuas that sparked off on August 7, 2021 left 28 persons dead, 40 injured, hundreds of hectares of farms destroyed, and more than 800 displaced families that need peace to restart life.
The 2021 results of examinations organized by the Cameroon GC board have been released. In the southwest region, the candidates received the results just like their peers elsewhere in the country. BrigadeAntiSardinard MB1 talked to some successful candidates who revealed the secret behind their performances. Her report.
The Cameroon GC board office can now be spared of the usual hustling and noise made around by candidates from every first week of the August month, wondering when results of examinations they have written will be released. Saturday, 21st August, was the day that the long-awaited smoke came out for candidates to take in some breath for those who passed. According to Jessica Williams, it all depends on personal hard work plus sacrifices made by parents and teachers.
Without reading, understanding, or the wisdom from the teachers, nothing would have been possible. So I want to thank my parents, my teachers, and the school authority for the efforts that they made. Madame Kembo Helen expresses joy following the brilliant performance of her daughter, thus calling on other parents to always encourage and support their children. To this ordinary level candidate, he is happy and reason why he had to go give thanks to God in the church.
I didn't even know what to say again. I'm very happy that I passed. So I want to thank my parents, the school authorities, my teachers especially. I thank them for the teaching, the support. I came to church to thank God for my success.
As the candidates look forward to continue their education in high school and the university, they have called by encouraging their peers who could not succeed this time around to put in extra effort in order to make it in the next examination session.
Meanwhile, this year's statistics of the General Certificate of Education reveal a 61.94% pass rate in the GC Advanced level, a 59.05% score in the GC Ordinary level. For the Technical and Vocational Education Advanced level, a 58.81% pass was recorded, while 71.59% of candidates who took the Technical and Vocational Education Intermediate level equally passed. Beatrice Losamba presents the statistics as well as the comparative analysis by the board officials.
The results of the 2021 session of the General Certificate of Education GCE exams published a week earlier reveal encouraging pass rates. Over 61% of the GCE Advanced level and about 59% for the GCE Ordinary level. GCE board officials have given a pass mark to actors at the different levels of the process who contributed in the success recipe.
In about 16,000 increase this year, showing that the confidence in the GCE exams is growing as compared to the previous years.
Some innovations made in running the exams might also have counted in this successful organization.
only GCA board staff handled question papers this year. We introduced marking sessions in Limbe and in Boya, rotating the examiners and making sure that we increase the number of examiners so that the number of scripts that they are marking should not also increase. That increases efficiency.
Good results have also been recorded at the technical and vocational education intermediate level, where 71.59% of those who sat passed and 58.81% succeeded at the technical and vocational education A level.
In the West region, some 850 internally displaced pupils from Bui division of the Northwest region resident in Mifi, Fumbot and Kutaba of the West region have received didactic material from the Secretary of State to the Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Vivian Asheri Kilo. The distribution exercise took place yesterday at the Bafusam ceremonial ground in the presence of West Governor Awa Fonka Augustine. Details with Chancellor Nanze.
Each pupil is going home with a backpack containing exercise books, pens, pencils, rulers, and other didactic material received from a member of the elite of the Bui division, Dr. Vivian Asheri Kilo.
Very happy because even their school bag, the pen, and I will just add it will not be disturbing me too much, so I'm very happy for that.
The distribution ceremony was spiced by songs, poems and rhymes in English, French and Lamso, decrying the adverse effects of the socio-political crisis in the two English-speaking regions of Cameroon that chased them out of their homes.
Our children will go back to school in September, and that is why we brought them school kits to go back to school. Anybody who trifles, anybody who stops the advancement of a child, the education of a child, is wicked.
Among those who attended the distribution ceremony was the resident representative of the United Nations Population Fund, Siti Balul Hussein, who donated them anti-COVID-19 kits.
Construction works on the Mintomlele and Lelentambalam roads in the South region have been completed. The Minister of Public Works, Emmanuel Nganu Jumesi, made the observation recently at the end of the first lap of his working visit to the South region. The completion of these projects is a major step forward in the process of completing the Sangmelima West to cross-border, a key regional integration. Details with Joyce Kimbi Forwajo.
Over 120.5 kilometers long road completely tarred, and one can cruise comfortably between Sangmalima, Ntam and Balam, borders with the Congo. The constructed road awaits reception in December 2021.
For reception, we need first the technical reception made by control mission. After this technical reception, we will have some preparation or some recommendation for enterprise. If he finish this all, we can ask the minister to call for reception.
Signposts and crash bars are already mounted. Accompanying works like rest points and weighing stations are near completion. Engineers are congratulated by the Minister of Public Works, and the engineers assure the durability of the road.
The lifespan is around 15 years. If everything is done, if everybody are working to maintain infrastructure on it.
The completed Lele Balam and Mintum Lele road projects marks a significant step in the realization of the Sangmalima Weso sub-regional integration road.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Public Works is in the Far North region tonight to visit the Mara Bobo Road, reportedly completed. On to other news now. The National Gendarmerie Road Safety Team has embarked on Operation No Avoidable Accident and No Death on the Cameroon highways before, during and after the back-to-school period. Kilanda Ndifon was with the Road Safety Task Force yesterday on the Yaoundé-Douala National Road number 3 and captured the sights and sounds of that operation for the 7:30 news.
In uniform or in high office, disrespect of the highway code with impunity is over. The National Gendarmerie is bent on enforcing the law indiscriminately. There are no exceptions. A police colleague has just paid the penalty. A divisional officer has equally paid, and yesterday, with no argument, it was a magistrate. Dealing with delinquency of influential and high personalities is a difficult task. We are tactful. We put everyone on the right track through sensitization. The radar, real-time printers, and other professional equipment acquired by the National Gendarmerie clears all doubts. We show you undisputed images of your offense. The task force has tightened its monitor, control, and punish campaign. Our target this season is no death from accidents before, during, and after Back to School 2021-2022. Several timber trucks that had accidents and blocked traffic flow along the Yaoundé-Douala National Road number 3 have been cleared by the Road Safety Task Force.
You are watching news on CRTV, and I am Freddy Etabiso. We go over to the northwest, where the Men's Department of the Cameroon Baptist Convention has celebrated their Golden Jubilee and 9th All-Men's Biennial Conference in 10 different centers across the country. They are counting 50 years of strides in evangelism and growth in the social and economic domains. The key project is the construction of a retreat center in Bamenda to host the men of the convention and serve other members of the Christian community in the country, as well as commercial center in Mile 3 neighborhood. Karin Tusam has the details of the report.
This is one of the achievements of the Men's Department, set up to meet the needs of its members and the immediate community.
We have the Nkwen Baptist Church Men's Fellowship that had to come up with an income-generating activity. A premium car wash worth over millions was installed. We have other projects like market gardening that is done on large scale.
A retreat center is also in view, which upon construction will serve over 10,000 men in the department and constitutes a package aimed at meeting the spiritual and physical needs of its Christians.
The groundwork is already done. The foundation is about to begin. And I believe very strongly with the vigor, with the aura, and with the determination and the spirit that the men are coming out of this biennial conference and 50th anniversary celebration, we are going to realize this project within a very short while.
The Golden Jubilee celebration coincided with the 9th All-Men's Biennial Conference and has been celebrated in 10 different centers of the convention across Cameroon.
In the South region, the Soosi neighborhood of Bengbis in the Jan Lobo division now has a new chapel. The chapel, a gift from a Christian family, was consecrated over the weekend by the Bishop of Sang-Melima, His Lordship Christophe Zua, on a pastoral visit. The bishop has used the opportunity to salute interreligious coexistence in that part of the country. As you report, Pontianus Bonglim Wan Lawong.
Keys of a brand new chapel being handed over to the Bishop of Sang-Melima, Monsignor Christophe Zua, at the Soosi neighborhood of Bengbis. It has been named after the Holy Spirit. Bishop Zua has consecrated the house of God and expressed sincere gratitude to the donors, the Milingin Kolo family.
We have there a meal to promote our pastoral duty activities here, and it's we're glad that we received this gift.
Preaching during the consecration mass, the chief shepherd of the Diocese of Sang-Melima saluted the interreligious cohabitation in Bengbis, describing the subdivision as a fertile ground for ecumenism. The pastoral visit ended with the celebration of the Solemnity of the Assumption, with Christians converging on the Our Lady of the Assumption Parish Church in Bengbis to hail the Mother of God.
Supporters of the UPC party have been exhorted to bury the hatchet and cultivate forgiveness and reconciliation in order to build a strong political force to reckon with. The Secretary General of the UPC, Pierre Balegel Nkot, made the appeal in Ezeka during the General Assembly of Women of the party, which aims at preparing the groundwork for upcoming National Congress of the UPC billed for next month in Yaoundé. Gilbert Ongene was in Ezeka and now reports.
These women of the UPC, drawn from the four corners of the national territory, say it is time for the party to heal from its wounds and prepare for bigger national political exploits.
So today, as the youth, we are present today to tell our mothers that we no longer want those minute problems we are having. We believe that our mothers have that capacity to bring back reconciliation.
To them, if the UPC must get back onto its feet, then it should lean on the youth and women.
We think that we participating here is just to bring a surplus to the good words or the good ideas, ideologies of our mothers.
The dynamic efforts and sense of purpose of these specialized organs were also recognized.
When you have those two categories, the women and the young people, then you can now prepare the elections very well.
After the Youth Assembly in July in Bumiebel, this Women General Assembly of Ezeka paved the way for the party's National Congress of September 11 this year in Yaoundé.
We go over to the southwest, where militants of the CPDM in Ndian Division have reaffirmed their commitment in pushing the agenda of the party forward to build a stronger and dynamic national party. This was during a meeting to begin the process of renewing the basic organs of the CPDM in Ndian Division. Tanjong Levis Agbo was with the delegation in Mondeba. His report.
All the section presidents and supervisory committee presidents of the CPDM party in Ndian Division looked at ways of renewing the basic organs of the party in this area, a time of rebuilding from the grassroots communities in all the 9 sections of the party. At the Mundemba Council Hall, the members called for fair play as they prepared the groundwork for the elections of new executives and to ensure an even distribution of positions in each section.
The spirit which President Paul Biya has prescribed since 1986 is that the party reviews itself thoroughly, encourages competition from within, but also encourages consensus building, encourages fair play, encourages inclusion. It takes consideration of all the sociological components, the youth, the women, as well as the men.
The process will run till the first week of September. It was an opportunity for the elites to call on Ndian youths to hit the voice of reason and give peace a chance.
I urge you once again to put on your face masks, to wash your hands regularly, and to consult a physician or any other health personnel if you notice any symptoms.
On our COVID-19 slot on the news tonight, we continue talking about the research projects the University of Buea, alongside other partner universities, launched this week on the coronavirus, as we lay emphasis on the role of these partners in the research project. For more, let's now join Baldwin Sama, standing by on the campus of the University of Buea, with his guest, Professor Gideon Ngwa. Good evening, Gilbert. Baldwin.
Good evening to you, Freddie Tabisong. We are still on the campus for the University of Buea, where we continue talking about this laudable initiative, this research project as far as the coronavirus is concerned. And let's continue discussing that tonight with our guest, Professor Gideon Ngwa, who is the principal investigator as far as this project is concerned in this university. Once more, good evening to you, Prof.
Good evening, sir.
It's a project that involves other universities and other partners. What are their roles as far as this project is concerned?
Thank you very much, Mr. Baldwin. The role of my partners, I start with the most important partner that we have, is our founder, the Canadian IDRC, International Research Development Center, and the Swiss International Development Agency. Those are our funders, and they give us funds essentially to transfer technologies from capable part of the globe to needy parts of Africa. And in this wise, our partners, especially those in South Africa, have developed these artificial intelligence networks, which we're going to be able to transfer that technology to Cameroon. And the hope is that we shall build a dashboard which will be able to monitor the disease spread in real time. We hope that at the end of the project, we shall have a functional dashboard. This dashboard should have a repository of the different kind of data points which are collected by experimentalists and researchers. We hope to have a functional mathematical model which have a predictive character, and students that are working on this project, we hope that they will also learn how to manage diseases in real time.
Thank you so much, Professor Gideon Gua. That's the take-home message. They need to get more knowledge as far as the management of new diseases, not only the coronavirus pandemic in the world, but some of these new diseases as far as these research projects on the coronavirus is concerned. Back to you, Friede Tabiso.
Thank you, Baldwin. We do appreciate your intervention with that of your guest, Professor Gilbert Ngua from the University of Boya. Superscale magistrate Regine Eseneme has been urged to use her rich judicial experience to foster the social, economic, and cultural development of the Ndimbi community of Mfu subdivision of the Mefu and Afamba division of this Central region. This was during her coronation as the matriarch of the Mbindi community in a highly attended ceremony which took place at Asok village. Gerard Nanji Eyambe has the rest of the story.
In strict traditional fashion, Regine Eseneme, a superscale magistrate, was conferred the attribute of the matriarch of Mvomdi, one of the 14 families that make up the Bine clan. The coronation ritual, a blend of color and symbolism, was a testament of the new responsibility that the matriarch will have to shoulder. The occasion was marked by a Eucharistic celebration to thank God for the promotion of Regine Eseneme as the Advocate General of the Supreme Court and a member of the United Nations Committee for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination.
I thank the President Olbia for my nomination at the Supreme Court as Advocate General and my election at the Committee of the United Nations.
60-year-old Regine Eseneme is expected to put her rich judicial experience, spanning some 34 years, into the development of the entire Ndimbi community.
On to this obituary, the mortal remains of the late Reverend Dr. Tala Isomba, renowned tele-evangelist, has been laid to rest at his native village of Nkolong 2. He was the founder of the Va et Raconte ministry, as well as a Fréquence V radio station and also a television of the same name. The controversial preacher died early Sunday, July 18 in Yaoundé after suffering from a stroke. Ruth Enge has that story for us.
Dr. Tala Isomba has embarked on a journey of no return. Members of the church via Raconte International Ministry present came out in their numbers to bid farewell to their leader.
He was a joyful man. He was a man who loved God. And all our friends, we have only one word: the love.
During the farewell sermon, the late Reverend Dr. Tala Isomba was described as a lover of the people and of the Word of God.
Dr. Tala Isomba, we came to know about the new birth. I became born again, became Christian, became children of God. So, and you know that when you have Christ in your life, if you are born again, you have everything. So we can say that the man was really everything for us.
He died at age 62 from a stroke, leaving behind wife, children, grandchildren, and a congregation to mourn him.
In our Artist of the Week, tonight we take a look at a group of folkloric musicians, Ash Door Band, who have made their first step into the profession. They presented their first ever album yesterday, which focuses on valorizing local instruments of the Central region and the Lekie in particular. Victor Siga attended the night show and now reports.
A bigotsi sound emanating from local instruments with precise dance steps. This is Ashdoor Band, thrilling fans with sounds of their ever first album.
It's a concept created by the promoter of the cabaret. It is to transfer the culture to the younger generation and show the importance of a traditional instrument.
Also called Génération de la Lekie, the album of 6 songs valorizes local instruments like the balafon and the mvet. Ashdoor Band dreams to see their songs go international, as many more songs are in the pipeline.
Their music style motivated us to sponsor them. It is a mature style. The rhythm was a major reason why we decided to accompany the project.
Our wish is to go worldwide, and we are subsequently calling on all custodians of tradition to assist us in this project.
An enchanted demonstration of their talent that transformed Ashdoor Cabaret into a cultural jamboree with lavish celebration.
On to sports now. A delegation from the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has ended a one-day inspection visit to the West region. The CAF experts were led by the Secretary General of the African Football Governing Body, Veron Mosengo Omba, in the company of Cameroon Sports and Physical Education Minister and Fcfa President. Chancellor Nanze has details of that story from Bafoussam.
In high spirits as he sits in one of the tribunes of the Bafoussam Omnisport Stadium. One thing stands out: he is satisfied with the sports infrastructure, but his lone concern is that the quality turf he has met there must be properly maintained till the start of AFCON 2021, as it will be highly solicited during the event. Then he scans every corner of the stadium, leaving out no detail. Same process repeated at the Bamenzi Stadium, the Photo Victor Stadium and the Bafang Municipal Stadium. For lodging facilities, the CAF delegation, in the company of the Minister of Sport and Physical Education, Narcisse Mwele Kombi, Fcfa President Seydou Mbombonjoya, and the President of the West Side, Governor Awafonko Augustine, stopped first at Tajidor Garden Palace in Bangu that will host Senegal and Guinea during the AFCON. The proprietor assured them that he has already recruited staff who are currently being trained and that the resort will go operational in the days ahead. At Hotel La Vallée de Bana, home to teams Zimbabwe and Malawi, it is operational already, and work on the additional rooms is advancing at a steady rate, which the CAF chief scribe Veron Mosengo Omba has recommended be sped up.
And that's how we end our newscast tonight. Stay on for more.
Despite our efforts, COVID-19 plunged many families into mourning